The enemy keeps you in patterns and cycles. Keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again. Keep triggering you the same way, with the same people, with the same feelings, with the same anxiety. This is how the enemy keeps you in cycles. And he's hoping that you stay in this cycle and you never get free. So what he doesn't want you to know is that there's freedom for you when you break the agreement with his lies. Come out of agreement with Satan's lies. You see, God is a God of covenant. So when we make an agreement with God, he keeps his covenant. He keeps it because God is a God of covenant. That's a binding oath. That's his promise. He promised Abraham a son. That was his binding oath. And God gave Abraham a son. He promised the children of Israel that they would come out of slavery. That was his binding oath. And he works with covenant, and he brought them out of slavery. God works with covenant. And his covenant with you is, if you believe in his son, Jesus Christ, that you can have the freedom that Jesus died for you to have. When you come into covenant with Jesus Christ, you break the covenant with Satan and his lies that keeps you in slavery, just like the children of Israel were in slavery. And you say, no, I will not stay in this place of anxiety and be triggered and hate the people that God has called me to love. Okay? And the enemy can do that because you never go for healing. You never go and do anything to get personal healing. You don't sacrifice your time. You'd rather scroll on your phone. You haven't got time to fast and pray. You're too busy. You're a Martha. You're not a Mary, or you're too worried about finances, men. You're so worried about working. You're not focusing on, edifying your spirit and building yourself up. And the enemy is having a good laugh because he sees a mighty call of God on your life, and he's hoping you never get up. He is hoping you never take up that call, because Jehu was a man that God had raised up and anointed, and he overthrew Jezebel and destroyed everything that she had even used to target the people of God at that time. That was a giant that Jehu had raised up. God is raising up giants. He's raising up spiritual giants and leaders. And you probably are one. That's why the enemy is keeping you in patterns and cycles, getting you to make the same mistakes, getting you triggered by the same things over and over again, because you refuse to go to the Lord for healing and repent of those sins and say, Father, I submit myself to you. I break every agreement with anger, with bitterness, with hatred, with jealousy. And say, Lord, I feel abandoned, I feel rejected, I don't feel loved. Because rejection is a crowbar that the devil uses to get into your mind. He'll make you feel unloved and unwanted, and he'll tell you how bad other people are and how you should isolate yourself from them. How do we know that this is true? Because in John 13:34, Jesus commands us, he gave us a new commandment to love one another.